report, you know, you talked about the quick turnaround, but actually playing it, you know, how much did it affect, you know, the game or the outcome or anything? Or once it got out there, it didn't matter at all.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was obviously that was the case, but I don't think that you looked at that as the reason for losing the game. You know, it's you know, they're really good, and we came out and dug ourselves a hole, and then we're playing uphill the rest of the game. I was happy with our resiliency. I thought we continued to compete, and you know, our play improved somewhat, but not enough obviously to win the game the way we started the game.
Coach, how's Donovan? I know that you put him back in the game. I know that
he's fine. Yeah, he just tweaked his ankle a little bit, and took a look at him. And he's in good shape. You know, we'll probably give you more details at some point.
What
obviously we wouldn't have put him back in if there was any issue.
What reduced Rudy's effectiveness in this game until the very end?
I'm sorry? Good.
What factors kind of reduced Rudy's impact on
yeah,
this game?
I think, you know, Rudy needs, you know, the team has to be effective. I mean, Rudy can play his role and play it well, but if we're not defending, you know, the way that we need to at other positions on the ball, whatever the case may be, we're not utilizing him. And then part of it for him is just like the rest of us is kind of getting a feel for, you know, when James Harden's coming to the basket, you know, how he's finishing, how effective he is. And you know that, you know, like logically, but until you're out there and you're playing, it's just really hard to guard him. So I think there's a chain guard. You know, we got to guard the ball, and then we got to have help, and then we got to get on the glass. And we were breaking down at one point in that chain too frequently. And early in the game, it was all three. You know, we started to feel the game a little bit. I thought improved, but not enough, obviously, to come back.
Quinn Bryant from Houston Chronicle. You mentioned James and breaking you guys down early. What's it like from, you know, coaching perspective in game to where you're able to watch him, and whether it's setting up teammates, attacking, deferring, kicking out? I mean, there were times where he seemed to be absolutely in control of the tempo and the action.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special player. You know, it's hard to give credit to all the things that he does. You know, it so impacts the game in so many ways. So, you know, you have to try to make it harder for him in so many different facets, and it requires, you know, your whole team to guard him, because he's so capable of finding, you know, any weakness in a given situation. And you know, a good player can see, you know, their man, the help. You know, a better player can see the three. He sees everything, and that's what makes him so unique, that he has the ability to complete all those plays. And you know, we still got to go out and compete, you know, and try to make it hard on him and hopefully guard him. But I don't think there's any mystery to what a good player he is, and you can see it night after night.
Andy Larson, KSL.com. Quinn, you had a bunch of different guards take the role of Ricky Rubio throughout the game, whether that be Boris, Alec, Dante, or Howell. How do you think those guys did when given those minutes?
Well, I thought, you know, initially there's a, you know, it's like jumping in, you know, ice cold water. You have a moment where it's frigid, and then you kind of, you know, you begin to get used to it a little bit and settle in. So I kind of anticipated that from a lot of our guys, not because of the kind of the moment or the game, just because of the, you know, the competition and how unique Houston is and the way they play, and just gradually making those adjustments. And they had to make them individually. I thought, you know, Dante, Howell, Alec, obviously, you know, Donovan having to play more of the point, Joe Hanna. It's going to have to be kind of communal for us, and guys can't be tentative. And I thought as the game progressed, we settled in a little bit, and all those guys, you know, were aggressive enough to, you know, to be effective to the extent that, you know, where their strengths are.
Mitchell was quiet for a long stretch in the first half. How much of that was because of something that he was not doing? How much of it was because of something individual Rockets defenders were doing?
Yeah, well, Trevor Ariza is as good a defender as there is, you know, and his length, you know, Donovan, different guys are going to guard you different ways, and you know, there's things that we'll look at and that Donovan needs to look at and try to figure out ways to be even more effective. But there's going to be stretches where, you know, he doesn't score. Maybe he's assisting or doing whatever. There's going to be stretches when, you know, he has more scoring opportunities. So we need to look at it. You know, we know how important Donovan is to us, and you know, no matter who's on him, you know, he's a focal point right now, and you know, that's going to make it harder, and that's part of the playoffs. But you know, he'll respond.
Quinn Bradrock from the Deseret News. Rudy didn't get a shot until the fourth quarter, and I was wondering how much of that was with Ricky not being around, how much of it was defense, how much was flow of the game?
Probably a little of everything. I think more our inefficiency at times of reading the defense. You know, there's a lot of times Rudy is giving himself up for his teammates, because when he does roll and he doesn't get the ball, it's because there's someone that's rotating to him. And you know, you can't force it to him without, you know, where you turn it over. But at the same time, you know, we have to be, you know, creative on some level with our passing and be efficient and get him some of those looks when they're available. So you know, I thought we got better at that throughout the game, but clearly we weren't making the right decisions, and we were too slow in making whatever decisions we were making, you know, particularly early in the game, but really throughout the game. We got better at it as the game went on, but that's a challenge. Their length, their quickness, what they do, you have to make quick decisions, and you have to know where you're going with the ball even before you get it, or at least have an idea.
Quinn, with regard to Rudy and protecting the paint, how much of it is in a contrast going from varying from Westbrook, what he's bringing at you, and then going to Harden?
Yeah, well, they're different players. You know, I think contrasting not just between those two players, but between those two teams. So that's part of, you know, playing in a new series, and we'll need to kind of make whatever, not just kind of, sometimes players just have to feel something. You know, there's no way to simulate playing against Houston. You can talk about it, you can watch the video, you can refer to previous games, you can talk about, you know, their series against Minnesota, but until you get out there, you know, it becomes more difficult to make the adjustments you need to make. And I'm not talking about major things, just all the subtleties that go into these guys playing a game and being effective.
Thanks, Coach.